Ayurveda and Yoga under fire, unpacking modern medicine's intolerance, truth revealed. Are homeopaths and Ayurvedic practitioners real doctors? The great debate. Who is a real doctor? Vidit Gujrati's tweet sparks Ayurveda versus Allopathy debate explained. Vidit Gujrati versus LiverDoc, chess star defends family in doctor title clash. Ayurveda and Yoga under fire, unpacking modern medicine's intolerance, truth revealed. The ancient wisdom of yoga and Ayurveda, which has healed generations, cannot be simply dismissed. It's perfectly fine to critique traditional Indian medical and wellness systems. However, when someone repeatedly attacks and dismisses them outright, it's crucial to examine the underlying motives. This isn't just another fleeting social media spat, it's a deeper issue that touches the core of a civilization's knowledge and medical practices. Recently, Indian chess grandmaster Vidit Gujrati posted a heartfelt tribute to his family of Ayurvedic and homeopathic doctors on Doctors' Day. A practitioner from Kerala, Syriac Abby Phillips, responded by claiming that none of them were actual doctors and labeled AYUSH, Ayurveda, Yoga and Naturopathy, Unani, Siddha, and Homeopathy as a pseudoscience. This sparked a heated debate, with many supporting Phillips' views. But here's where it gets controversial: the dismissal of these ancient practices reveals a deep-seated insecurity within the allopathic medical community. Many allopathic practitioners view their methods as the sole, true cure, dismissing all other systems as mere quackery. This exclusivity mirrors an Abrahamic approach, where only one path is considered valid. Interestingly, while Phillips criticizes Hindu scientists for their spiritual beliefs, his own hospital, Rajagiri, offers chaplaincy and pastoral services and has a motto that invokes divine healing. This double standard raises eyebrows and invites scrutiny. It's important to note that Ayurveda and homeopathy are recognized medical courses in India, requiring students to pass the National Eligibility Cum Entrance Test (NEET). BAMS, Bachelor of Ayurvedic Medicine and Surgery, and BHMS, Bachelor of Homeopathic Medicine and Surgery, are comprehensive degrees that prepare students to practice in their respective fields. Western medical institutions have also begun to acknowledge the value of Indian medical systems. For example, Gerhard J. Mueller, MD, highlights the ancient knowledge of testicular function and plastic surgery techniques documented in the Sushruta Samhita. Columbia University credits Sushruta for performing some of the earliest plastic surgeries and nose jobs. In his book, Saving My Neck, A Doctor's East-to-West Journey Through Cancer, Dr. Timothy McCall, MD, describes his transformative experience with an Ayurvedic doctor in Kerala. He witnessed a young woman with rheumatoid arthritis, who was bedridden despite heavy Western medication, regain her mobility through Ayurvedic treatments. Dr. McCall argues that reductionist thinking in medicine, while beneficial, often overlooks the holistic nature of patients. He believes society has accepted a flawed understanding of healthcare, focusing too much on lab tests and imaging studies rather than the whole person. Mark Hyman, MD, former director of the Cleveland Clinic Center for Functional Medicine, advocates for an integrative approach as the future of healthcare. Ironically, in India, where this integrative approach originated, some practitioners seek to discredit ancient knowledge rather than explore its potential. So, what do you think? Is the dismissal of yoga and Ayurveda rooted in insecurity and intolerance, or is there a valid scientific basis for skepticism? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's keep the conversation going and explore different perspectives on this controversial topic. Are homeopaths and Ayurvedic practitioners real doctors? The great debate. The medical identity crisis: when is a doctor really a doctor? Buckle up for a digital showdown that set the medical world buzzing. What began as a heartwarming family tribute on social media quickly erupted into a fiery debate about professional credentials and the boundaries of medical practice. The spark that ignited the controversy. Chess grandmaster Vidit Gujrati's seemingly innocent National Doctors' Day post became ground zero for a heated exchange with Dr. Abby Phillips, the renowned LiverDoc. His celebratory selfie featuring family members in various healthcare-related professions: an Ayurvedic migraine specialist father, a homeopathy MD wife, a cosmetologist mother, and a physiotherapist sister, triggered a provocative question: who truly qualifies as a medical professional in India? But here's where it gets controversial. Dr. Phillips bluntly declared that none of Gujrati's family members were real doctors, setting the stage for an explosive social media confrontation. The digital battleground. Gujrathi fired back passionately, defending his family's professional integrity. He accused Phillips of chasing online attention and mockery, emphasizing that his family members have dedicated their lives to healing, often quietly and effectively. Phillips, standing firm on scientific ground, argued that Ayurveda and homeopathy aren't evidence-based medical systems. His critique wasn't personal, he insisted, but rooted in genuine public health concerns about pseudoscience. The deeper dilemma, defining medical legitimacy. The Indian Medical Association, IMA, offered a nuanced perspective. Dr. Dhruv Chauhan acknowledged the legal complexity. While Ayurveda and homeopathy practitioners are officially recognized and can legally use the doctor title, there are critical distinctions. Cosmetology, for instance, doesn't automatically confer medical status. A post-high school diploma doesn't ethically entitle someone to be called a doctor. Yet, the government recognizes AYUSH, Ayurveda, Yoga, and Naturopathy, Unani, Siddha, and Homeopathy practitioners through specific regulatory frameworks. A global context. Interestingly, this debate isn't unique to India. While these alternative medicine systems enjoy legal recognition domestically, international perspectives vary dramatically. European countries like France have significantly restricted homeopathic treatments, with some nations permitting practice only under strict licensing. The ethical tightrope. Dr. Siddharth Dinakar from the Ayurveda Medical Association emphasized that registered BAMS or BHMS degree holders are legitimate medical practitioners. However, he stressed the importance of practitioners staying within the defined scope. The real concern: mixopathy, where practitioners blend different medical systems inappropriately, which undermines the credibility of traditional healing practices. Provocative questions for reflection. Should alternative medicine systems be held to the same scientific standards as modern medicine? Where do we draw the line between respecting traditional healing and ensuring patient safety? Can multiple medical paradigms coexist without undermining each other? We invite you to share your thoughts. This isn't just about titles, it's about understanding the complex landscape of healthcare, professional identity, and scientific validation. The debate continues, and your perspective matters. Drop a comment below and let's keep this crucial conversation going. Who is a real doctor? Vidit Gujrati's tweet sparks Ayurveda versus Allopathy debate explained. Imagine a world where the title doctor is reserved for a select few, and the rest are relegated to secondary status. Sounds unfair, right? This is the crux of the debate that has been raging in India's healthcare community, sparked by a seemingly innocuous Doctor's Day tribute by Indian chess grandmaster Vidit Gujrati. The controversy has laid bare the complex issues of professional recognition, traditional medicine, and institutional authority, forcing us to confront some tough questions. Who deserves the title doctor? Is it only those who have undergone years of rigorous training in modern medical science, or can it also be bestowed upon practitioners of alternative medicine systems like Ayurveda and homeopathy? The debate began when Vidit Gujrati shared a family photo and listed his family members' professions, including his father as an Ayurvedic migraine specialist, his mother as a cosmetologist, his wife as holding an MD in homeopathy, and his sister as a physiotherapist. Dr. Cyriac Abbey Phillips, popularly known as the LiverDoc on X, responded by declaring that none of Vidit's family members were really doctors, sparking a fierce exchange. The debate intensified when founder and chairman of Careers 360, Mahesh Wapiri, supported Dr. Phillips, stating that there is no profession called a migraine specialist and that physiotherapists are not doctors. But here's where it gets interesting. Academic voices have challenged this narrative, revealing the complex nuances behind the seemingly simple question of medical legitimacy. Professor Kishore Potwardhan from the Department of Kriya Sharia, Faculty of Ayurveda at Banaras Hindu University, BHU, offered a perspective on the debate. When the government is running these medical courses, Ayurveda, homeopathy, or whatever, with equal duration of courses around 5.5 years, and they are seeing patients, then the term doctor, when used to mean a person who has basic medical knowledge and who is trained in healing, is perfectly acceptable. Professor Potwardhan made crucial distinctions between different alternative medicine systems, particularly challenging the blanket labeling of traditional practices. Ayurveda is inherently not pseudoscience. The knowledge of Ayurveda was conceived and documented even before modern science came into existence, so it is pre-science or proto-science, but never pseudoscience. He emphasized that scientific categorization is more complex than absolute labels. Many people use these terms science and pseudoscience as though they are two different absolute categories. They are not. The boundaries between all this are not bounded by strict categories. Dr. Savendu Kumar Sahu, president of the All Odisha AYUSH Students Association and a homeopathy practitioner, raised fundamental questions about government policy and institutional investment. If we are not doctors, then the government is blind. Why would there be a National Institute of Homeopathy, and why would the government invest so much and build new colleges and hospitals? Dr. Sahu revealed a telling paradox within the medical community. I have friends who are pursuing postgraduate degrees in dermatology, surgery, and so on, and they come to me for homeopathy medicines. This shows that even if the allopathy community criticizes it, they use it because of the lower chances of side effects. There are no permanent treatments for certain diseases and health-related problems, and homeopathy and Ayurveda have proven better and effective in those types of cases. Professor Potwadden highlighted what he sees as systemic discrimination within India's medical education system. Modern medical science has become increasingly elitist. Biomedical education, in particular, is disproportionately accessible to those who can afford it. Who actually secures a medical seat today? Often, it's those who can pay exorbitant fees, sometimes running into crores. Meanwhile, a student with fewer marks but strong potential may be unable to afford an MBBS seat and is forced to opt for an Ayurveda college instead. This imbalance needs to be addressed. He argued that this elitist attitude ignores the practical contributions of alternative medicine practitioners. This elitist attitude of modern science doctors needs to be discouraged and called out. They are overlooking the fact that Ayurvedic doctors and other healthcare professionals are making significant contributions to India's healthcare delivery system. If that is not the case, then why would the government open Ayurvedic hospitals or invest so much in them? Dr. Dhruv Chauhan, national spokesperson of Indian Medical Association, Junior Doctors Network, IMAJDN, and a medical activist, provided the conventional medicine perspective while acknowledging the legitimacy of certain alternative practices. Branches like Ayurveda and homeopathy are different, coming under AYUSH. The government of India has promoted them. Ayurveda is an ancient science of treatment that existed long before modern medicine emerged. Like any civilization, Ayurveda is essential to Indian culture and tradition. However, Dr. Chauhan identified serious concerns about mixed practices. Our problem is with those practitioners who function without proper licenses and those who prescribe allopathy medications when they are actually Ayurvedic doctors. Being an Ayurvedic doctor and doing this is equivalent to committing fraud. Without holding enough and full knowledge, they prescribe allopathic medicine that can deteriorate the conditions of patients, which is not just legally wrong but life-threatening. He advocated for respect based on proper training. If the government is promoting any branch and giving them titles of doctors, then we have no right to speak against them. We only criticize the wrong practices that are quite prevalent across India. The debate extends beyond professional recognition to encompass India's cultural identity and healthcare heritage. Dr. Sahu posed a challenging question: if the entire country uses it, rich and poor, educated as well, and when the government is promoting it, then why is this debate emerging, which criticizes other branches when they do not have enough knowledge about the said branch's practice, working, and results? Professor Potwadden acknowledged quality concerns while defending the fundamental legitimacy. Vidit Gujrathi vs. LiverDoc, chess star defends family in doctor title clash. In the world of chess, emotions can run high, and sometimes the stakes extend beyond the board. Recently, Indian chess grandmaster Vidit Gujrathi found himself embroiled in a heated exchange on social media that raised eyebrows and sparked debate. The incident began when Gujrathi took to his platform to honor his family on National Doctors' Day, proudly mentioning their various medical professions. His father is an Ayurvedic specialist, his mother a cosmetologist, his sister a physiotherapist, and his wife holds an MD in homeopathy. However, this heartfelt tribute was met with skepticism from a user known as the LiverDoc, who questioned the legitimacy of their titles, stating that none of them were really doctors. This comment ignited a firestorm. Gujrathi, known for his calm demeanor on the chessboard, responded with a passionate defense of his family. He remarked, "Your entire brand and personality is built on insulting others. While you chase retweets by tearing people down, my family quietly heals lives without needing a spotlight. They've helped more people than your ego can count. Stay in your lane. And for a change, try being useful." This response not only highlighted his family's contributions but also called out the negativity often found in online interactions. In a twist, the LiverDoc, who claims to be a hepatologist, replied with a lengthy explanation of his perspective. He insisted that his comments were not meant to offend but were based on his professional understanding of medical titles. He stated, "Hello, Vidit. I am not a fan of chess, but you are an important person for our country, and I did not mean to offend your family. I was stating plain facts from a professional standpoint and I do not mince my words. You may call that ego or whatever, to console yourself, no problem." He further elaborated on his views regarding alternative medicine, asserting that Gujrati's description of his family members as doctors was inaccurate. The exchange took a deeper turn as the LiverDoc emphasized his qualifications, stating, "I am a certified internist with a doctorate in hepatology and liver transplant medicine with 260 peer-reviewed scientific publications, 4,400 citations and an H-index of 30, just for your information. You don't know me and how useful I am to my patients and their families. I suggest you do a bit of homework before throwing such childish tantrums." As the back and forth continued, Gujrati stood firm in his defense, reiterating that his original post was simply an expression of gratitude. He explained, "I chose silence at first because not every conversation deserves a response. But when it turned into mocking my family, I stepped in. If that means stepping out of my lane, so be it." He concluded with a powerful statement, "You and trolls like you don't get to decide who's a doctor. You have no authority to define others' lives or dismiss their work. I've said my part. Now, back to what actually matters. No time for noise." This incident raises important questions about the nature of online discourse and the respect we owe to one another, especially when discussing personal matters. Should social media users exercise more caution when commenting on others' families? Or is it a free platform where everyone can express their opinions without restraint? What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comments. Ayurveda and Yoga under fire.